Quavo and Saweetie had an elevator altercation, and it's got me thinking, is this more of a Jay-Z situation or a Ray Rice? Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. So yesterday, I believe it was, video of an altercation between Quavo and Saweetie that took place before they had broken up was released, and TMZ has it, the footage, and it shows Saweetie take a swing at him, and then them struggling over what appears to be his Call of Duty suitcase or whatever that is. And ultimately she is... Okay, so before I even get to how it further transpired, the fact is, I'm glad they're broken up. Because after watching that video, they don't need to be together. And, like, really, he should have had the ability, and I'm not saying just because she took a swing at him. I'm saying if you're going to be in a situation where you can potentially hurt your woman, that's a situation you don't need to be in. So I mean, black women do not, as tough as black men have it, we have to realize how hard black women have it, and we can't be adding to their burden. As if in a situation of a family situation, a domestic situation, a partnership, a relationship, like you're supposed to, as a man, you're supposed to be the protector. And if you're going to be the leader of the family, of whatever type of unit you'll have, if you're going to be in a position of leadership, that comes with responsibility. And if you're dealing with somebody who does not want to accept your leadership, then you have the option to leave. And you should probably take that, especially if you have a short fuse, or if you think, or if things are have the potential of getting physical. As a man, you're generally speaking bigger, stronger, and you can severely hurt a woman much more easily in the event of a physical altercation. So that's the reason why you should have enough sense and enough restraint, to enough intelligence to not allow yourself to be in the situation where that potential continuously exists. If this is the first time something happens, that should be a wake-up call, and you should make serious thoughts about extricating yourself from the situation. So, to remind people of the Jay-Z and Ray Rice comparisons. Ray Rice with his, I believe she was his fiance at the time, like it shows her as she's getting onto the elevator, she like smacks him in the face, or swats him in the face. They get in the elevator, and I think he like puts his hands like on her forehead. She smacks it away. Ultimately, regardless of whether she tries to spit on him or not, he punches her out. He knocks her out. He knocks her unconscious. That should never happen. Like, if this is the woman that you're with, if this is the woman that you care about, if she is at a point where she refuses to accept your leadership, refuses to respect you, walk away. That's it. There's no putting hands and feet on her. That's it. You just walk away. You walk away, okay, because you don't get the option of forcing your leadership on her, of saying, okay, you're going to accept it, or I'm going to beat you to a pulp until you do. No, that's not how it works. It's a choice, it's a decision that she can choose. Okay, I respect you, I love you, I care about you, and I value your intelligence and your ability to be a leader. So I will accept your leadership in our family unit. And in that case, then you have the responsibility as a man to provide such leadership, and to be intelligent, to take into consideration the fact that she's entrusted you with this leadership, and value that. You also have the responsibility to protect her. You are now, you as the leader are also the protector of her, of your family unit, of your children. If you have children, that's your duties. The leadership does not come with you just being able to say what happens and get everything your way. That's not how it works. That's not what leadership is. And if we are going to preach about unity within the black community, if we are going to preach about having strong relationships within the black community, strong family units. If we're going to preach about having respect for one another, that's not just amongst men, that's for women, and especially, and with added layers for the woman you're with, for the woman you're in a relationship with. For this woman, you must be much more respectful and much more mindful of your responsibilities to her if you are going to take the leadership position. If you, and we're going to assume, for the purposes of this conversation, that's the position you're in. For the purposes of this conversation, if you are the leader of the household, if you are the leader of this family unit, of this relationship, there comes responsibilities. So if she gets mad and she smacks you, walk away. That's it. That's it. Because what she's telling you then is like, okay, I don't respect your leadership. Okay, you leave. You made it be known. Listen, now maybe there's conversations, maybe there's apologies, and at that point, it's up to you to make a decision whether or not you think you can actually move forward. It's up to you whether or not you think you have the restraint and the ability to not let anything progress further should she resort to the same behavior. If that happens, and you continue, like if you know, okay, oh man, she put her hand on me one more time, it's okay, then you really need to walk away, because that's not a relationship you or her need to be in. But your job, if you are going to accept the position of leadership, is to be responsible and to handle it responsibly. So I talked about the Ray Rice situation, the Jay-Z situation, where Solange gets on the elevator, gets up into his face, and then starts trying to swing on him, kicks him. And what does he do? He just tries to hold her arms down. He doesn't try to strike her. He doesn't hit her. He just, like, you show restraint. And that wasn't even his woman. That's his woman's sister. That's his wife's sister. But he showed the respect for his wife, the respect for her sister, the respect for her as a woman, to like, okay, I know I'm bigger, I'm stronger. I'm not going to hurt this woman. I'm not going to hit her. I'm just going to try to stop her from hitting me. Fortunately, there was also somebody else there who could restrain her, just hold her and stop her from hitting him. And that's it. He didn't get into his feelings and like, oh, you hit me and strike back. No, that's not how it goes. So how the Quavo and Saweetie situation transpired. It wasn't a Ray Rice situation, but it wasn't quite the Jay-Z situation either. And that's why I say I'm glad that they're over, because they really need to. If you're in that position where now y'all are struggling over this case and you swing her into the elevator, she slams into the wall, and she looks like she got like that kind of hurt her, or I don't know if she twisted an ankle or something, but she seems to be on the ground for that point. That's a problem. That's a problem. And that's why I say you need to be aware of your limitations, and you need to be aware of who you're dealing with. Because if you don't have the restraint to deal with, for instance, if you know that your woman has the potential to get fiery, to get verbally, to get under your skin, and you don't have the restraint to deal with it, you need to walk away. In fact, if you know that she has the ability to get under your skin and the intent, then yeah, that's also a reason to walk away. Because if she doesn't have the respect for you to treat you with the respect to accept your leadership, cool, you walk away. That's it. There's no, oh, there's none of that. That's not what it should be. Because as I'm talking about how hard black women have had it and do have it, it's like black men shouldn't be adding to that burden. Black men should not be adding to black women's burden in being something for them to be afraid of. I mean, just look at the history of this country and the hell black women have caught. I mean, as much as we as black men want to keep in mind and say, hey, listen, this stuff isn't easy for us. If we're going to talk about the struggles and obstacles that black men face, we're going to have to acknowledge and deal accordingly with black women. I'm not thrilled with the situation. I wasn't thrilled with the way he handled it. I'm glad he didn't strike her, but the swinging her in the elevator part, and then her hitting the wall, Maybe he didn't intend for her to hit the wall like that, but that's why restraint, and this is my advice for any man, if your woman has a habit of getting physical, you have to seriously have a consideration of walking away. Seriously, just point blank period. Because you don't want to be in a position where she gets physical, and if you don't have the self-restraint, will you hurt her? I mean, no. Because if you see things going that way and you continue to stay there and then you wind up hurting her, then that's on you. Because you allowed yourself to be in that situation knowing where it was headed. Yeah, I mean, but this is, like I said, this is a learning. I think everything can be, and I think this should be used as a learning experience, and just something about examining relationships in terms of if you're going to be the leader, you have responsibilities, and your job is to protect your woman. You should not be the threat to your woman. She should not be afraid of you. She should not be afraid that you are going to harm her. If you're there to protect her, that's your job. That's your responsibility. You've accepted the leadership position, and that's part of it. Being the protector, not being the danger. And that doesn't mean that if she disrespects your authority, now you can get physical. If she disrespects your authority, if she refuses to accept your leadership, okay, we tried, it's not working, you bounce. That's it. That's it. That's your recourse. Your recourse, putting hands and feet on her, is not a recourse. Leaving is. Realizing that relationship is not going to work out. Y'all have two different, y'all do not agree and see eye to eye as to where this relationship should be and where it is going. So you walk away. That's it. That's your recourse. As always, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Comment below. If you disagree with what I'm saying, feel free to give me a thumbs down. If you want to give me a thumbs down, please write why. Write why you have a thumbs down so I can address it either in the comment section or in a future video. And as always, I'll see you next time.